Elon just did it again, and this time, he's taken over the skies. Tesla has officially introduced its first electric airplane, and it's set to end all competition. This isn't just any plane. It's a supersonic, battery-powered beast that can take off vertically and fly faster than the speed of sound. But what else does Elon have up his sleeve for the future of aviation? Could there be even more shocking surprises on the horizon? Part 1. Elon Musk's official Tesla airplane launch. The game changer. Have you ever imagined a future where airplanes take off vertically, fly faster than the speed of sound, and run entirely on electricity? Well, we're officially living in that future now, thanks to none other than Elon Musk. Tesla has just introduced its very first electric airplane, and it's not just another plane, it's a game changer. Elon Musk has done it again. And this time, he's not just dominating the roads with electric cars, he's officially entered the skies. And trust me, it's making waves across the aviation industry like no one expected. Let me set the scene for you. For years, Musk has been teasing the world with his plans for electric planes, but until now, it was all speculation. People wondered if he was serious or just tossing around ideas the way he does with his other ambitious projects. You know, like when he casually talks about colonizing Mars. But this time, it's official. The Tesla airplane has been introduced, and from what we've seen so far, it's set to end all competition. Forget Boeing, forget Airbus. This electric airplane is going to revolutionize everything we know about air travel. So let's take a closer look at how we arrived at this moment. If you've been keeping up with Elon Musk's incredible journey, you know he's no stranger to shaking up entire industries. It all started with Tesla's electric cars, which disrupted the auto industry by showing that electric vehicles could be not just eco-friendly, but fast and sleek too. Then came SpaceX, Musk's space exploration company, which stunned the world by successfully sending rockets to space and bringing them back for reuse. Now, with his latest bold move, a fully electric airplane, Musk has set his sights on transforming the aviation industry. This isn't just another venture, it's a leap into the future of air travel, and people can't stop talking about what it means for how we'll fly in the years to come. With Musk leading the charge, the sky is literally no longer the limit. Musk has always been interested in electric aviation, but the hurdles were enormous. For starters, the idea of an electric plane sounded like science fiction. Planes are massive, heavy machines, and the kind of energy needed to get them off the ground seemed impossible to generate from a battery. Traditional jet fuel packs a punch, and it seemed there was no way batteries could keep up. But if we've learned anything from Musk's past projects, it's that nothing is impossible if you're willing to rethink the entire system. For years, Musk and Tesla have been working behind the scenes on battery technology. We've seen how Tesla's cars have benefited from these advancements, with electric vehicles going farther and charging faster than ever before. But those same battery improvements were key to making an electric airplane possible. It turns out the secret was increasing the energy density of the batteries. Musk has long said that for electric planes to work, the batteries needed to reach at least 400 to 450 watt-hours per kilogram. That's a fancy way of saying that they had to pack a lot of power into a small, lightweight package, and now Tesla has done it. With their new batteries, the Tesla airplane can take to the skies, powered entirely by electricity. But it's not just about the battery technology. The Tesla airplane is special for another reason. It uses VTOL, which stands for vertical takeoff and landing. Picture this. Instead of needing a massive runway to get going, Tesla's airplane just lifts straight up into the air, like a helicopter. Once it's up, it transitions into forward flight, and before you know it, you're soaring through the skies at supersonic speeds. Imagine the possibilities. With VTOL technology, you don't need huge airports with endless runways. You could take off from small landing pads, meaning city-to-city travel could get a whole lot easier and more efficient. And here's where it gets even more exciting. The Tesla airplane is not just any old electric plane, it's supersonic. That means we're talking about flights that are faster than the speed of sound. Musk has hinted at this before, but now it's real. While commercial jets can take you across the Atlantic in about 6 hours, the Tesla plane could potentially cut that time in half or even less. A trip from New York to London could become a quick 2-hour flight. Can you imagine what that means for global travel? Long-haul flights that used to be grueling and time-consuming could become a thing of the past. But what makes this all so exciting is that it's not just about speed and convenience. The Tesla airplane is a game-changer because it's a cleaner, greener way to fly. Air travel has long been criticized for its massive carbon footprint. Conventional planes burn tons of fossil fuels, contributing to air pollution and climate change. But Tesla's electric airplane changes that. Since it's powered by batteries, there are no emissions during flight. This could significantly reduce the environmental impact of air travel, making it a more sustainable way to explore the world. And as the world becomes more eco-conscious, this is a big deal. Imagine a future where flying doesn't just get you to your destination faster, but it also helps protect the planet. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds amazing, but is it really happening? Yes, it is. The Tesla airplane isn't just a concept anymore. It's officially been introduced, and although there's still a lot we don't know about it, the fact that it exists is huge. Musk himself has been open about the challenges Tesla faced in making this a reality. He's admitted that developing an electric airplane wasn't just about the money. It was about finding the right people, the right technology, and solving problems that no one else had been able to tackle. For years, the aviation industry has been stuck in a rut. Sure, planes have gotten safer and a bit more efficient, but there hasn't been a true revolution in decades. Musk, with his out-of-the-box thinking, has found a way to push the boundaries of what's possible. Of course, it hasn't been easy. One of the biggest challenges for Tesla's airplane was the battery. Planes require a huge amount of energy, and figuring out how to store that much power in a battery that's light enough to fly was no small feat. But Tesla kept at it, and now, with their latest battery technology, they've made it happen, and it doesn't stop there. Musk has even hinted that Tesla's airplane could eventually be powered by solar energy. Just imagine an airplane that can recharge mid-flight using the sun's rays. It's not just a fantasy anymore. With Tesla, these futuristic ideas are slowly becoming reality. It's worth noting that Elon Musk didn't just stop with the technology itself. Tesla's airplane is designed to be more than just a mode of transportation. It's a rethinking of the entire air travel experience. For starters, the VTOL feature could completely change the way airports work. We might not need massive runways anymore, which could open up the possibility of smaller, more efficient airports right in the heart of major cities. The plane's electric propulsion also means quieter flights, which is great news for people living near airports who are tired of the constant noise pollution from jet engines. And, as with everything Musk touches, there's a strong focus on user experience. Tesla's cars are known for their sleek designs and futuristic interiors, and you can bet that Tesla's airplane will be just as innovative, with features designed to make air travel more comfortable and enjoyable. Now, with all this excitement, there are still some challenges ahead. While Tesla has officially introduced the plane, there's a lot of work to be done before it becomes a regular sight in the skies. For one, the regulatory hurdles are enormous. Airplane safety standards are strict, and rightly so. Tesla will have to work with aviation authorities to get the plane certified for commercial use, and that's going to take time. But if anyone can navigate these challenges, it's Elon Musk. After all, SpaceX has been working with NASA and other government agencies for years, so Tesla is no stranger to regulatory challenges. Another challenge is the competition. While Tesla is undoubtedly ahead in the electric aviation game, other companies are also working on electric planes. Boeing, Airbus, and even some startups have been exploring similar ideas. But here's the thing. Tesla's airplane is already leaps and bounds ahead of anything else out there. With its VTOL capability, supersonic speeds, and electric propulsion, it's setting a new standard that other companies will have to scramble to match. Musk has done it before in the automotive and space industries, and now he's doing it in aviation. Part 2. The Tesla airplane dominates the skies, ending the competition. Picking up from where we left off in Part 1, the introduction of Tesla's electric airplane has already sent shockwaves through the aviation world. This isn't just a cool concept anymore. It's real, it's here, and the competition is already looking at Elon Musk's latest invention with more than a little concern. Because when Musk introduces something new, he doesn't just enter the market, he dominates it. And this time, the skies are his playground. The moment Musk made his announcement, you could almost hear the collective gasp from companies like Boeing and Airbus. These are aviation giants that have controlled the industry for decades, and suddenly there's a new kid on the block, and he's playing a completely different game. You have to understand that it's not just that Tesla has introduced a plane. Lots of companies develop new planes all the time. The difference is that this plane is electric, and it's backed by Tesla's groundbreaking battery technology, which is something no other company has managed to crack at this level. We're talking about a plane that flies on electricity, has vertical takeoff capabilities, and can even reach supersonic speeds. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's here now, and everyone else is playing catch-up. Let's get into why Tesla's airplane is basically wiping out the competition before it's even fully airborne. First of all, we have to talk about efficiency. Traditional planes, the ones we've been flying for decades, are powered by jet fuel. And let's be honest, they're not exactly eco-friendly or cheap to run. Between fuel costs, maintenance, and the sheer size of these machines, running an airline is an expensive business. That's why ticket prices are so high. Flying a plane across the ocean costs a lot of money. But now, with Tesla's electric airplane, all of that changes. Imagine a plane that doesn't need jet fuel. No more filling up massive tanks with fossil fuels that are not only expensive, but also damaging to the environment. Instead, the Tesla airplane runs on batteries that are designed to be more efficient and cheaper to maintain than any traditional fuel system. And here's the kicker: maintenance costs are much lower too. Electric motors have far fewer moving parts compared to a traditional jet engine, which means less wear and tear and fewer breakdowns. So now, airlines could theoretically cut down their operating costs, and who knows, maybe one day, those savings will even be passed on to us in the form of cheaper flight tickets. But it's not just about the cost savings. Tesla's electric airplane is also far better for the environment. Right now, aviation is one of the biggest contributors to carbon emissions. Every time you take a flight, you're contributing to the release of tons of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's something we've all come to accept as a necessary evil if we want to travel. But Tesla's airplane changes that narrative. Because it's electric, it produces zero emissions during flight. Let that sink in for a second. Zero emissions. If Tesla's airplane becomes the standard for aviation, it could dramatically reduce the environmental impact of air travel, making flying a lot more sustainable in the long run. And in a world that's increasingly focused on going green, that's a huge deal. Now, one of the big questions everyone's asking is, how did Tesla manage to make an electric airplane work when no one else could? The answer lies in their battery technology. Tesla's engineers have been working for years to improve the energy density of their batteries, and with the introduction of their new high-density cells, they've cracked the code. As I mentioned in part 1, they've achieved the milestone of 400 to 450 watt-hours per kilogram, which means the batteries are now light enough and powerful enough to fuel an airplane without weighing it down too much. This is what makes Tesla's plane a reality, while other companies are still struggling to get off the ground literally. But even with Tesla's battery breakthrough, there were still challenges to overcome. One of the biggest hurdles with electric airplanes has always been range. Planes need to fly long distances, and the fear has always been that electric planes wouldn't have the battery capacity to go the distance. But Tesla is already working on solutions to extend the plane's range even further. There's talk of incorporating solar panels into the design, allowing the plane to recharge during flight. Imagine flying across the Atlantic Ocean with the plane literally recharging itself while you're soaring over the clouds. It sounds crazy, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. Tesla has already made solar energy a key part of their strategy with its cars and home energy systems, so it's not a huge leap to imagine that solar-powered planes are in our future. Another huge reason Tesla is already outpacing the competition is because of the plane's vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) capability. If you're not familiar with VTOL, it's exactly what it sounds like. The plane can take off and land vertically, much like a helicopter. And this feature, it's an absolute game changer for a ton of reasons. First off, you no longer need a massive runway to get the plane in the air, which opens up a world of possibilities for how we approach air travel. Suddenly, taking off from much smaller spaces becomes a reality, making city-to-city flights far easier, especially in places where large airports don't make sense. Imagine a future where small, urban airpads are scattered throughout cities, letting you hop onto a Tesla plane as easily as catching a cab. The days of driving out to crowded airports, dealing with long security lines and wasting time in terminals could be behind us. Instead, you'll be able to step onto a Tesla plane in the middle of the city and be up in the air within minutes. But there's more to VTOL than just convenience. It also makes the Tesla airplane safer. Traditional planes rely on long runways for takeoff and landing, which can be risky in bad weather or emergencies. But with VTOL, the plane doesn't need to reach high speeds to get off the ground, which means it's less likely to run into trouble. Plus, because it can take off vertically, it can avoid the traffic jams that happen on the ground at busy airports. It's just a smarter, more efficient way to fly, and it's another reason why Tesla's airplane is already miles ahead of the competition. Now, let's talk about speed. Not only is Tesla's airplane efficient and environmentally friendly, but it's also fast. I mean, really fast. We're talking about supersonic speeds here. Supersonic means faster than the speed of sound, and the Tesla airplane is designed to reach those incredible speeds without the drawbacks that other supersonic planes have faced in the past. Remember Concorde? It was an amazing plane that could get you from New York to London in just a few hours, but it was incredibly expensive to operate, and the environmental damage it caused was enormous. That's why it was eventually retired. But Tesla's airplane could bring back the dream of supersonic flight this time, without the pollution or the sky-high fuel costs. And because it's electric, it won't have the same noise pollution that plagued the Concorde either. This means we could soon be living in a world where long-haul flights are faster, cheaper, and greener than ever before. So, What does all this mean for Tesla's competition? Well, they've got their work cut out for them, to say the least. Companies like Boeing and Airbus have been dabbling in electric aviation, but they're nowhere near what Tesla has already achieved. Sure, they have decades of experience building planes, but that might actually work against them in this case. They're so used to doing things a certain way that they might struggle to adapt to the new reality that Tesla is creating. On the other hand, Tesla is coming in with fresh ideas and no baggage from the old ways of doing things. That gives them a huge advantage. And it's not just the big aviation companies that are feeling the heat. There are plenty of startups trying to make a name for themselves in the electric aviation space, but they simply don't have the resources that Tesla does. Tesla's already established itself as the leader in electric vehicles, and now they're taking that expertise and applying it to airplanes. With their deep pockets and brilliant engineering team, it's going to be hard for anyone else to keep up. Part 3. The future of air travel. Tesla's plane changes everything. So here we are, with Tesla's electric airplane officially introduced and the competition scrambling to figure out what hit them. But the real question now is what's next? How is this new technology going to reshape air travel in the coming years? Well, buckle up, because we're heading into a future where flying will never be the same again. First, let's talk about how Tesla's airplane is going to change the way we think about long-distance travel. Right now, we've all kind of accepted that flying means hours cramped into uncomfortable seats, long security lines, delays, and the general hassle that comes with airports. But with Tesla's electric plane, all of that could change dramatically. One of the biggest promises of this new plane is supersonic speed, to be exact. Imagine a world where you can fly from New York to London in under 2 hours. That's less time than it takes to watch a movie on a long-haul flight today. With supersonic travel back on the table, Tesla's airplane could slash travel times between major cities all over the world. The idea of jetting off to Paris for a weekend, or attending a business meeting in Tokyo and being back home on the same day, suddenly becomes a lot more realistic. We're talking about a complete overhaul of how we look at global travel. And because this plane is electric, it won't have the same noise issues that have plagued other supersonic planes like the Concorde, which means fewer restrictions and more flight routes. What's really exciting is that this isn't just a pipe dream. Tesla has already shown that it can deliver on its promises. When people doubted that electric cars could go the distance, Tesla came in and made electric vehicles not only possible but also desirable. Now they're poised to do the same thing with planes. And as these electric planes become more efficient and accessible, we could even see ticket prices drop. With lower operating costs and more efficient travel, flying could become something that more people can afford, opening up air travel to even more of the population. But what really sets Tesla's airplane apart from everything else out there is how it could change the airline industry itself. Right now, airlines are built around a system that's been in place for decades. They rely on massive airports, sprawling runways, and a lot of fuel to keep everything running. But Tesla's electric airplane, with its vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) capabilities, could completely disrupt that. Imagine a world where planes don't need huge airports to take off and land. Instead, they could take off from small, localized landing pads right in the middle of cities. No more hour-long drives to the airport, no more crowded terminals. You could literally hop on a Tesla airplane from a pad near your home or office and be in the air in minutes. This kind of decentralized air travel could change everything. It would make flying more accessible and convenient than ever before. Think about it. No more waiting in long security lines, no more dealing with massive airport crowds. You just walk up to your local airpad, get on the plane, and off you go. It's the kind of convenience that we've only ever dreamed about, but with Tesla's airplane, it's suddenly within reach. And let's not forget about the environmental benefits. As we mentioned earlier, one of the biggest criticisms of air travel is its impact on the environment. Planes burn an enormous amount of fossil fuels, and the aviation industry is responsible for a significant portion of global carbon emissions. But Tesla's electric airplane could change all that. By running on clean energy, this plane produces zero emissions, making it a much more sustainable option for travel. If this technology becomes widespread, we could see a massive reduction in the carbon footprint of air travel, which is something the world desperately needs. Now, it's important to remember that we're still in the early days of electric aviation. Even though Tesla has officially introduced their airplane, it's going to take some time before we see these planes taking over the skies. There are still regulatory hurdles to overcome and safety standards to meet. But if anyone can navigate these challenges, it's Elon Musk. He's already proven that he can work with government agencies and regulatory bodies, like when SpaceX started launching rockets. There's no reason to think he won't be able to do the same with Tesla's airplane. One of the big challenges that Tesla will need to address is the question of battery capacity. Right now, Tesla's batteries are good enough to get the plane in the air and flying, but to really make electric planes the standard, there's going to need to be further innovation. Musk himself has admitted that battery energy density is a key factor in making electric planes viable for long-distance travel. But Tesla's been working on this issue for years, and with their track record of improving battery technology, it's only a matter of time before they crack the next big breakthrough. In fact, Tesla is already looking into ways to extend the range of their planes. One of the more exciting ideas that's been floated is the use of solar panels. Imagine a plane that can recharge itself mid-flight using energy from the sun. It might sound like science fiction, but with Tesla's expertise in both electric energy and solar technology, it's not as crazy as it sounds. If they can pull it off, it would mean that Tesla's airplanes could fly even longer distances without needing to land and recharge. It would be the ultimate solution to the range problem, and it would further solidify Tesla's dominance in the aviation industry. Of course, while Tesla is leading the charge, there are other companies out there trying to get a piece of the electric aviation pie. Boeing, Airbus, and a handful of startups are all working on their own versions of electric planes. But here's the thing, they're all playing catch-up. Tesla is miles ahead in terms of technology, design, and execution. They've already proven that they can build electric vehicles at scale, and they have the infrastructure in place to support their planes. The other companies are going to have to move fast if they want to compete. But as it stands right now, Tesla is leading the pack by a long shot. And what about SpaceX? You know, Musk isn't going to stop at just building an electric airplane. The synergies between Tesla and SpaceX are becoming more and more apparent. SpaceX has already revolutionized space travel, and now with Tesla's electric airplane, it seems like only a matter of time before Musk combines the two. Could we see electric planes that can fly beyond Earth's atmosphere? It might sound far-fetched, but with Elon Musk, nothing seems impossible. He's already talked about building a city on Mars, so the idea of combining Tesla's electric plane technology with SpaceX's rocket expertise doesn't seem that crazy. In fact, it could be the next big leap in transportation planes that can take us not just across the globe, but across the stars. In the meantime, Tesla's electric airplane is going to have a huge impact here on Earth. It's going to change the way we travel, the way we think about air transportation, and the way the aviation industry operates. Airlines are going to have to adapt or get left behind. Airports might need to rethink their layouts and infrastructure, and for passengers like you and me, flying could become a lot more enjoyable, efficient, and environmentally friendly. In the end, Elon Musk's official introduction of Tesla's electric airplane isn't just about making a better plane, it's about creating a better future. A future where air travel is faster, cheaper, cleaner, and more accessible. A future where the skies are no longer the domain of a few massive corporations, but open to new ideas and new possibilities. And with Musk at the helm, that future is closer than we think. So while the world watches and waits to see how this new technology will evolve, one thing is clear. Tesla's airplane is going to change everything. The competition is already scrambling, but Musk is ahead of the curve. He's redefined cars, space travel, and now, air travel. And who knows? In a few years, we might all be boarding Tesla planes for our weekend getaways, flying across the world in record time and doing it all without leaving a carbon footprint behind. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.